Hey crafters, it's me Jen Evers with Quality Crafts. And if you've never been here before, there's usually a little picture like up in the corner here of me and my little smiley face. But for some reason, the computer can't find that camera today. So we're just going to press on. We're going to use this single camera, which actually will give you a lot better view. So hit that like button below, the little bell, and then you can click on all and it'll send you a reminder every time we go live. Otherwise, if you sign up on qualitycrafts.com on the main screen, then you'll get an email from me 15 minutes before each video goes live. And that all depends on my memory and if I get everything set up the way I should. So today what we're doing, we are going to make wreaths. And we're going to use the Wreath bundle by Gina K. And I'm going to show you that first, what it looks like. I have 2 left if anyone wants to order theirs today. Otherwise, we will do another pre-order for what's left. But you get this whole set that's got the circles for the center. You can or cannot use them depending on what you want to do. And then some really fancy script little sentiments here. So you make everything better. A friend like you is hard to find. Life is better because of you. You're my favorite human. Wishing you the best birthday ever. You're my favorite human. Wouldn't that be cute with a little dog in the center? I'm thinking out loud because there's so much stuff that this brings up. So very grateful for all you do and wishing you the best birthday ever. So you can put little candles in there, a little cake. I mean, just think, like, everything all year round this can be used. So it comes with the stamp set, obviously, and then it comes with the 2 templates. Now one is 3 3/4 and one is 4, so they're not that much different, but I like the bigger one, so I'm going to go with the 4. That means you cut your paper 4 inches by 4 inches. So I've got, I think, like 8 of them already here, so we're going to do most of these. But before I get into the nitty-gritty of how you do it, which is so darn simple, all you have to do is just pick out what stamp platform you want to use. Now if you don't have a stamp platform, you can still use it, but it's going to be more difficult. So it's just such a breeze when you have one of these. I am using my stamping platform by Tim Holtz and Tonic. Absolutely love this. So it says right on the front here, clear if you're using a clear stamp. And then you can just pull this out and flip it over. And then it says rubber right here if you're using rubber stamps. Kind of hard to see. It's like right in the corner. Okay, so since I'm using a clear one, I'm going to make sure it says clear there. I'm just going to pop that back in. And the only reason why I'm using it this way, like most people use it facing this way and like put it out, you know, beyond them, is because I would hit my screen in front of me. So I'm just going to turn it sideways. That works the best for me. So it's going to go this way. And let me move it up just a little bit so that you can see everything. So here are a few that you may have seen in the thumbnail and ahead of time, and some that you may not have seen. So this one, Happy Fall, y'all. And I used a bunch of different stamps. So as soon as I get going, I'll introduce what stamp sets I used. There's a fun little one. This could be used for anything, really. It's got gold in it. And I put the little, what is that? That's Nouveau. Those little gold ones, Nouveau, if you're looking for that one, it is called Honey Gold. So the Honey Gold Nouveau is what I put on that one. This one I think is just stunning. Grateful. So pretty. There's a nice Christmas one, and it's got some silver ornaments on there. Do you see the silver? The silver are the other 2 Nouveaux that are these that I have. This one is a silver called Liquid Mercury. That's the little bit darker one, like these right here. And then the other one is Silver Lining, and the Silver Lining is the lighter ones. And I smooshed it down and swirled it around to get bigger and smaller dots. You can get a much more raised effect if you just squeeze it on and let it sit. So that was just something that I did. Totally up to you. This one's really pretty. In the season of counting blessings. So what I did was I did some summer or bright colors, and then I did some that were kind of Christmassy, but a bunch that were kind of fall. So here's the first one I ever did. Just playing around with it. You do have to play around with it to get it, just to see what you like and what works. I've got some teeny tiny sequins on that. You can see that them glittering when I move it around. That's a pretty spring one. So like I said, you can use this all year round. And I love this one. It covers up the H in the Messiah, but that's because I didn't move the stamp out far enough. But then I created this with another stamp and popped that on top. It's super cute. So you can do that with any word. I got this idea from Jennifer McGuire. So let me move some of these off to the side. I'm going to try to kind of reinvent this one for you. Kathy Webb wants to know what size envelope. Well, this is a 4x4. So I'm guessing if you put it on, if you just make 4x4 cards, they'll fit in a regular envelope. Otherwise, you can do them in a 5x5 envelope or whatever size you're willing to do them in. But if they're 4x4 and a regular card is 4¼ by 5½, you could have a little white on each side, or a bigger white on another side, and put a couple other little elements on there and make it a regular size card. If we have time today, I'll show you a little bit how that would work if we put it on a regular card base that's 4¼ by 5½. Good question. Thanks for asking that one. Let's go back up since I just jumped and started talking. Sherry Covell is here. Monica, Brenda, Marlene Flint, Sherry Covell. Hey, Penny. Monica, Rosie, Kathy, Sherry, Linda Carafa, Kathy, and there we go. I think I got everybody. So there'll probably be more popping in as we go, and lots more that are just busy on a Friday night. So let's get started with this. I've chosen, like I said, the 4x4. So I marked mine 4-inch, and my other little one I marked 3¾ so that I would know the difference. And then all you have to do is just load your paper into that little square. Now you're gonna notice there might be like a bazillionth of a millimeter off. Just make sure that you always slide it like as far to like one side as you can. Keep it kind of, the same. But I really haven't had any problem with that whatsoever. What I do like to do though is I like to put on the back side just a little quick tack of the ATG tape, only because then when I put it in and I touch it, it's going to stay where it is. And that may be something no one else would ever need to use. That's just my personal, that's what I think is good. What works for me. So whatever works for you, right? This is one that we did a pre-order on. If you didn't jump on that bandwagon and you look at this and go, wow, I have to have that, let us know. We can reorder. But this is how I made that one. This one right here that we're looking at through the thing. And I did 2 different colors. Let me make sure I have all the right colors here. I think I brought out most of them. So I used some Distress inks and some Distress oxides. And if you're wondering which ones I did use for sure, they're listed below. I might not use the exact same ones today. So Linda Carafa would like one. I'm going to go ahead and put your name on one of the ones I have here, Linda. I've got one left. All right, so let's see what we can make with this one. It turns out really cool. It's a big Tim Holtz set for Christmas, and it's just stunning. So I chose this one. And now I'm using a rubber stamp now instead of a clear stamp, so I'm going to go ahead and change this over to rubber. And then I'm just going to decide how do I want this to look on the edge. You're just going to have to play around with this, see how this looks for you. I think that looks pretty good. I'm going to want to make that, the biggest round. And then I'm going to pick it up, and then I'm going to put my ink on. I'm going to have to make sure that I always move over so I don't knock my soda on the floor. Cheers, everybody. I'll probably have to refill this pretty soon. What are you guys having for dinner? I can smell the pizza coming from upstairs. Now, I used 2 different colors of green, so let's see. I probably used something like Mowed Lawn, so I'm going to pull that one out. Mowed Lawn and Pine Needles. So here's the Mowed Lawn. It's a darker one, a brighter one, I mean, and then the Pine Needles is a darker one. So even if those weren't exactly the 2 that I used, I'm going to go ahead and use those. And I'm going to leave the cap off while I do this because I'm going to go ahead and do this. Now, if you notice on the one that I have, I went at every other. I did light green, dark green, light green, dark green. See that? And you can overlap things too if you really want to, but let's try do this one first. So first I'm going to do the green. Now instead of, and you can do it again. Let's say, oh, well, that's not really as dark as the other one was, so I'm just going to ink it up again. And that's what's so awesome about using our platform with it. Wow, that looks really cool. Now I'm going to do, instead of just moving it one click over, so look at this corner right here. Instead of moving it one click over, I'm going to move it two so that I'm getting every other one. And then we're going to go back in with the light green so I don't have to switch back and forth with my ink colors. And I'm going to do it twice so that it's a little bit darker. Okay, pick mine up again, go 1, 2. Now, if any part of this is confusing to you, please put my name in the comments and ask your questions so that I can answer them the best I can. If I don't know, I'll try to find out. And this should be the last turn for this color. This can get so addicting, you guys. Oh my gosh. I was talking to Penny when I made these and I was like, Penny, this is just so much fun. I can't believe I haven't had one of these sooner. Now, I've already done that one, so I'm going to go just one click over here and start with the light green here. Did you all have an awesome week? So now this is mowed lawn, in case you guys are keeping track of what color I used. Okay, and then I'm going to go 2 clicks. Now if you forget one and you're heading down with your stamp and you're like, whoa, there's already something underneath there, you can stop and just move your paper. It's no big deal because everything is see-through and you can see what you're doing. Isn't that pretty how that comes together though? And like I said, maybe you don't want it to stick, but I feel like my paper's not going to move if I have that little bit of HEG on it. Popcorn. Oh, going to the movie with friends? Cool. Is it still a thing that when you go to the movies you take your own candy in? Or isn't that, or doesn't anybody do that anymore? Look how pretty this is. Oh my gosh. I'm just going to clean that off. Simple baby wipe. That's it. That's all I do to clean my stamps. Okay, and I'm going to pop that back on there. Now, to do the little, where did I move that guy? To do the little red berries, I stuck with this same set from Tim Holtz, and I did this little berry stamp here. You can use whatever you have. You don't have the Tim Holtz? Find your Christmas set that looks just like it. You don't have to stick with the Gina K stamps. You can use all sorts of different stamps, which opens up all kinds of stuff that you can do. It's just amazing. Now, when you're going to put this down and decide where you want your berries and stuff to be, mine are on the lighter ones. Not that that really matters, but if I'm trying to recreate this, I'm going to put it up. And I'm going to put that going like out from that one. Like how far out do I want it to go? It doesn't matter. You can decide. I'm going to go there. And then I'm going to ink this up. I'm going to try not to get all of the stick. Maybe just some of the berries on the outside. Actually, I think I'm going to move it in just a little tad bit here. And try to hide those berries right in the greens. And for this one, I'm going to actually use the color Festive Berries. Because they're festive berries. That's awesome. And I'm going to try to just ink up the berries this time. Not the whole branch. I like that. I am going to double up. So cute. So I love that you can go over that. You can decide, oh, well, I can change that. Like after you play around with it a bit, you get a little bit more into like how you want it to look. And then you can change where you put your stamps, how much of your stamp. Now it looks like the berries are just added to the twig. They're not sticking out as much. See the difference? Totally up to you, but I think that looks really cool. I got my stamp platforms around about the time where Misty was letting everybody know that that was her patented idea and that people were too closely copying it. And so I ended up, I was at a trade show or something, and I ended up getting, I'm trying to look, it's really close by me. Oh, it's the Stampaholic. Is that what it is? Yeah, I got the Stampaholic that day because the only reason being it's exactly like the Misty, I believe, only the Misty was pink, and this one was cheaper at the time, and I didn't know anything about people copying it or anything like that. Otherwise, I probably would have ended up with the Misty. Anyway, I have this one too, but I just so really like the way this one is that I just usually use this one. So that's the end of the berries. And then what I did was I stamped, I think it's a May Made It. Let me pull it out here. The one with the little image. There it is. I use May Made It stamps quite a bit as well. But look at that. That's the one I use, and there's even a bigger one that you can get. And then I colored it in. So I'm just going to go ahead and do this one again. And this one's just going to be black, and then I'm going to color it. So I'm going to decide, like, where do I want that to be? Do I want to sit it, you know, way in there or a little bit more on top? That looks good to me. Now I'm using a clear, so I'm going to have to take this up, flip it over to the clear. I love that. It's so obvious what you have to do. I don't have to take anything in and out. I can just put it in, and then voila. It's ready to roll. Hey, Raggedy, long time no see. Thank you so much for your comment. You know what? That is pretty dang good, but I'm just going to do it one more time. Right in the middle. There we go. I don't know, I just really like that darkness of it. It looks cool. Wipe that off. Hi, Josie. Alright. Put my stamps back, because then that's less I have to do at the end. And I'm just going to color it. Now, it might run some of that black around, but I thought some of you guys might like to see how I colored it. It was super easy coloring. I just used my cheapo Walmart Crazy Art colored pencils, and I took this one that was kind of a lightish yellowish orange, and I colored that down first. Nothing super fancy, just filled it all in. That's going to be the light part that sees through. Again, if my black bleeds, it's because I didn't wait for it to dry, and nothing like that. Then there's one in here that's hidden in the grass. The leaves and the stems, I just did a green. If you have these pencils, they're super duper cheap. I use them all the time. You can get them from Walmart. I'm not sure where else. But I'm using green fern, golden mustard, orange crush. They're hard to read. Deep raspberry, and oh so red. So if you like that kind of a thing, You want to get those cheap ones. I added some berries in here. The other time, I actually colored a leaf and some stuff. There's like acorns, but I'm coloring them red for like berries because I like the way that looks on here. And then I used a little bit darker of an orange. And I went around where there were actually marks on the stamp where there should be some shadow. And then I just went in and I left a little bit of it yellow. That's all I did. I didn't like do anything like super spectacular. I just went ahead and colored it all in and left a little bit of that yellow space. I'm sorry that I can't zoom in and stuff to show you exactly how I'm doing it. But if you're doing that, scribble around with your pencil and leave a little bit of it yellow and do the rest of it orange. It's super easy to do and you don't have to be particular. It's pretty cool. Because that way then the yellow that comes through, those are your highlights. And then you can add a sentiment or whatever you want to add. You can cut around. You probably get a circle, a stitch circle or anything to cut around that would be really, really cute. So there is our first one. Love it. Let's do see if we can get one. I'm going to do this Grace one. It's going to really fill it up, but it looks really neat. Yeah, it's going to go over everything, but that's okay. I don't mind. I want to see how that looks. It's pretty neat. All right, VersaFine Onyx Black ink. Did you guys know that we've been filling the online store at qualitycrafts.com? If you haven't been around there, you might want to check it out. Look at that. Let's just do a little bit more black because I feel like the middle's not getting it as much. Also, if you are a patron of mine at patreon.com/qualitycrafts, you get 10% off of everything you purchase in the store. Doesn't that just make a stunning card? I mean, just adding that little sentiment is just like, wow, that totally pops, right? Now you can put these right on a 4x4. Well, I should say 4x8, you know, bend them in half, obviously. And then have 4x4 cards to hand out. It's so cute and so fast. It's going to be as fast or as slow as you want to be, you know. But I hope that this inspires you. I'm going to keep going. I'm not done by any means. I'm going to try to get another one that is kind of like the Messiah one, but I'm going to try to find a word that's a little bit smaller. Sometimes I kind of plan everything out, and sometimes I just like to go by just the seat of my pants. So it all depends. This one has the best day ever and the word joy. Let's vote. This is a Hampton Art set. I'm sure I've sold a bazillion of them. Either best day ever or a day filled with happiness. You guys pick, and I'll do either one. Best day ever or a day filled with happiness. You guys vote, and then that'll be the saying that I do. We're going to try to imitate this card, only obviously we won't have Joseph, Mary, and Jesus in the middle. We'll do something different. I got one vote for best day ever, and while you guys vote, I'm going to get myself some more to drink. So I hope you guys are in your comfy clothes. I'm wearing my striped jammy pants. And a pink sweatshirt, but you can see that. Oh, I'm going to have to let Penny decide who won. Doesn't the snap of that pop opening just make you want to have something to drink? Yum, yum. Best day ever. Happiness, happiness. Best day ever. Happiness, happiness. Okay, I guess it's day filled with happiness. Alrighty, day filled with happiness it is. So we are going to need another 4x4 paper. Got dressed and ready to go. Not excited. Would rather stay home and stamp. Aw. I'm the same way. I love having plans until I have to put pants on and leave the house. Then I'm like, meh, maybe not. Now, if I put this one out this far, I have a feeling it's going to be kind of like Messiah. We're going to have a very teeny tiny area to put something if we want to put it on there. So let's just see what happens. I have all of the, let's see, Roy G. Biv, right? And I've been using them, so let's put them back in order. Red, orange, and I'm using rust for orange. Red, orange, yellow. I gotta change my colors around here. Yellow. Let's use scattered straw. Blue. And we might do like a dark blue and a light blue depending on how many colors we need. Blue, green, violet. There it is. I'm like, where's my purple? And we'll see. We might have to throw in a couple of extra colors, like a darker or lighter. So let's start out with our red. Elise, was that the email that I sent out, or was it a notification from YouTube itself? I'm curious. Because if mine are not coming in a timely manner, maybe I just won't send them out anymore. So there's red. And then what we're going to do is we're only going to turn it at one little click. So just one corner over. Ooh, that's super close. So for yellow, I'm using scattered straw. Some of these I gotta make sure to wipe off my stamp again. Sometimes I forget. And turn my little thing. One little click. Boom. Yeah, I've not had a problem with the ATG on the bottom. So that just has been totally a lifesaver for me. I love it. It was from YouTube. Yeah. Yellow, blue. Oop, I don't want to mix my yellow with my blue just yet. I forgot. Did you see that? I forgot to switch it, but I knew as soon as I put it down that it was going to hit that mark. And I already had something stamped there, so it's super easy to, you know, fix that if you're halfway down like, oh, I can see that's not going to work. Oh, it was an email from me, an email? Okay, well, if they're not going to come out in a timely manner, maybe I just won't do those anymore. That's kind of sad. Does anybody else like getting those emails? Because maybe I'll just nix that. That's something I wouldn't have to worry about if you're not using them. especially if they're not coming out right on time, because what's the point then, right? Red, orange, yellow, blue, green, violet. Looks like we're going to have to add in a couple extra colors. No problem. Oh, let's make a switch. I sure can. I'm going to make a card with the stuff that's in the bundle too. Purple. Alright, so let's go ahead and add in Blueprint Sketch because that's a darker blue. So that's a little bit different than what we've used already. And then we'll decide what we want to do with the last color. Debbie Evans, I used to get emails notifying me of the video, but I haven't gotten any in a long time. Well, I know for sure I set the ones for this week. It's easier, I think, from my point of view, if you set one, just set an alarm at home. It's just so much easier because for some reason we just can't count on either me or, you know, someone else. Let's try spiced marmalade as another kind of a bright orange because that's, excuse me, different. Linda Carafa, I'm getting mine 15 minutes before it. That's when it should be coming out. We might not put anything in the middle of this. Maybe just a little heart. Oh, that would be super cute. I'd like to put a candle or something, but then I should have went wider. A day filled with happiness. That is so cute. I know I have a heart here somewhere. Give me a second to find it. It's actually in the bundle. Let me make sure I'm grabbing my own bundle and not somebody else's. So here is the bundle that it comes with, and it has a couple hearts in it. I'm going to go for the little bit larger one. Move this guy out of the way. And I'm just going to decide where I want that. That looks pretty good. Pick it up and we're just going to do it red like we normally would. Festive Berries red. And then since the question was asked about showing off the kit, the bundle, we'll go ahead and do that card next. Oh, look how cute. So fun. And that was made after, there it is, this one. So if you're doing these, your word has to be kind of small, as you can tell. It's got to be pretty tiny. All right, heart be gone. And then let's make one with this bundle. And let me go over, I need a white piece of paper. Let me go over some of the designs that come in it. So in the beginning I was talking about, I read all of the sentiments you get, and then you get these little circles that will fit in the inside. So I would recommend doing, if you want to use the circle, you don't have to, but that's where they fit. I would do the circle first, and then do your stuff around it. Just so that you can see where it's going to overlap and stuff like that. So you've got some leaves and flowers. You've got separate leaves. You got the little hearts. You've got a little flower here and some little sprigs and things over here. And when you look at it, you're like, that's not much. But I made this with them. Isn't that pretty? And I made this with them. Now, do you see my circle went overlapped with my blue? That was the first one I ever did. And I should have done the middle stamp first. And I'm off by a little bit. You can tell it's not perfect. And I think those are the only two. And then I just was like, oh my gosh, I can use all this other stuff. And I went crazy and used all kinds of other stamps. So let's use some of these and see what we can come up with. Let's vote. Do you guys want to recreate one of these, or do you want me to just go off the cuff and create something of whatever kind? So recreate or copy one of these. That's your vote. I'm going to stack up my colored inks while you guys vote. And actually, I think I'm going to take my sweatshirt off because it's getting pretty warm in here. Ooh, recreate. Thanks, Jay. Oh, I was hoping you guys would say recreate. I think that would be super fun. Recreate. Just make something cool. And it might not come out cool. It might just come out like meh. But it's fun. It's fun, fun, fun. What's the one just under the stamp set? This one? The one what? That one? I've got a couple of other ones. But let's go ahead and just use what we have in that set. So I can show you that even if you only have that one set, you are ready to rock and roll. All right, I think I am going to start out with one of the circles just so you can see how that goes. And this is all, if you want to, you know, use your grids and whatnot and figure out exactly where that center is, that's totally up to you. I'm just going to guesstimate. And it won't be perfect, but we're going to give it a shot. So if you want to measure, feel free. I'm too lazy to measure. So let's just see what we get. And I'm just going to do that in a simple black. Cute. So the only bad thing that could really happen is that we get a little bit of overlap. But as you've seen my other little card base that I did, it was not a big deal. Right, and I feel like using this little cutie sprig. I'm going to use that one. So now what you do is you decide where this is going to go depending on where you see. I like to use this corner as my reference, like it's going to go in that corner and like maybe just butt it up, not quite as close. And I'm still using a clear, so I'm still going to stay on my clear thing here, but I'm going to pick it up. And now the hard part, you have to decide what color should that be. Color. I'm going to do peeled paint because I really like that green. Raggedy, I am using the Gina K Wreath bundle set. The set that comes all together with this stamp set. And then you get the two templates. One is 4 inches and the other is 3 3/4 inches. I'm using the 4x4, so I marked it 4 inches. I just wrote on it with a permanent marker because you can rub it off with alcohol. Yeah, you're welcome. I have one left of those if you want to get yours right away this next sale. Otherwise, we can order more. So I'm going to do that little leaf, and we're going to do it in this color, peeled paint, because it reminds me of Old Olive. And this is an oxide color. It doesn't matter what inks you use. You use whatever you have. Isn't that pretty? All right. And turn one, click. And so each time we stamp, we're just going to turn it. And I thought, wow, this is going to be like, when I first started using it, I thought this is going to be really repetitive and boring and I'm not going to like it, but it is not. It's It's almost like, you know, coloring and stuff. It's relaxing. And I'm just addicted to making them now. I just love it. I don't like that when I miss and I get ink on the cover. It bugs me. Nope, and I already did that one. Forgot to turn it. That one didn't get as dark, so let's tap that one more time. This is also really cool because it gives you a direction to go, but doesn't take away your creative freedom. So like when you sit down, you go, man, I don't know what I want to make or what I want to do and blah, 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 whatever. You don't have to worry about that. You can pull this out and then pull out whatever stamps that you want. Wow. And just create. So it's super cool in that. I don't know what word I was thinking of because my brain is on whoever that ambulance was for. Ooh, this one's really fun. It might be hard to see. Let me see if I can get it. This one right here, it has some little, you can sort of see it. It has some little stamens like popping out the front. It's cute. I'm going to use that one. Where did I put it? There it is. So let's see. Let's use this one as a guide. I have where they connected right here, a little bit of a space there. So I'm going to use that space to put these in. But now, again, what color? What color? You guys want to vote on a color? I was thinking a pink or a purple. I was thinking this color. Wilted violet. Yeah? Debbie agrees with me. This is also an oxide. As long as we don't... Oh, another purple. Thanks, Jay. As long as we don't put any water on it, the colors will stay, you know, kind of bright like you're seeing it, right? It's when you add water that makes it oxidize, I guess they call it. That's when, and you can even do different colors all the way around. Totally up to you, but I'm going to do all purple. But you can get these beautiful, bright, beautiful colors as long as you don't add any water to them. And they look a little bit chalky, and it's beautiful. I love it. Don't be afraid to experiment with it either. My first try was all experimental. And it's not my favorite. It's definitely not one I would want to recreate. But it was super fun playing around with it and seeing what it could do. And then it gave me like a starting point to know what I wanted to do or not, maybe not wanted to do again. And so just keep in mind, it is okay if when you make one, it doesn't turn out gorgeous and you don't love it. That's all right. Flip it over, make another one. I think I'm going to be doing some more of this weekend too. And you like that I picked where the two leaves came together so that I kind of hid that little imperfection? You can do that, which is totally awesome. Totally awesome. That's super cute. Okay, let's put that one back in and decide now, what else do we want to add? Do we want to add the hearts? Do we want to add another kind of flower? Like maybe this one? There's some little teeny tiny ones. There's some little sprays. I'm thinking maybe pink. Let's do this flower. Let's do this little flower. Where do we want that to go? We could do that like right in the middle of those purple ones. Or let's say, let's go a pink, but let's make it lighter. Pink, pink, pink. Like worn lipstick. So this is another oxide. I'm pulling from all the oxides on the shelf above me. Let's see how this one turns out. Oh, that's pretty. You know what I think that I have not mentioned before, and I can't believe that either Penny or I haven't leaked it out at some point or another. Penny and I are going to Creativation this year, you guys. Actually, I should say next year. It's going to be in 2020 because we're not going until January, but we're going to Creativation! I am so excited. So I hope to get some film footage for you guys, some really nice pictures. Tell me what you guys know about that. Tell me what you guys know about Creativation. Have you seen videos on it? Yeah, it'll be our first ever, like, true business trip. This turned out so cute. Okay, now, it's gonna look really cute if we put little hearts in the middle of those flowers. I can't resist. There's a little tiny heart on here. This little baby heart. Oh, it's going to give me some trouble getting in there. Oh my goodness. I just can't get it to go where I want it to go. It's so little. That'll have to do. Okay, stop messing with it. Ah, Linda Gorman tried to take some classes too. We're hoping to get into a bunch of classes, but I guess you don't know what they are ahead of time, right? So you kind of have to pick when you get there. Unless you could give me some tips and tricks on what you think we should take, because that would be fun. Oh, I need to know what color heart we should put in there. What color heart would you guys like to see in that flower? I'm going to leave it up to you guys. I'm not even going to tell you what color I'm thinking. I'm just going to let you go at it. Duke it out. Color fight. Color war. Oh, Sandy Marino started us off. Color war, red. Red's winning. 2 reds. Red's winning. We need another color. Oh, hot pink. Red. Yellow. Festive berries. I'll throw that in with red. Blue. Blue comes in. Blue comes in. Another red. Looks like most people want red, so I guess we're going with red. Let's find the festive berries. Dark red. So we might have to do it twice because I don't know if just me and my festive berries are running out of ink or what. Maybe that's getting a little dry. Oh, they're kind of hard to see. That red. That's right, we're going to give it a chance. God bless my husband. He just sneezed twice. You can see him from there? Oh, good. So I thought, oh my goodness, that's not quite standy outy as much as I thought it would be. Sometimes just getting to the places costs an arm and a leg. Never mind getting in and purchasing, right? We'll be looking at stuff that's coming out and whatnot, and maybe making some purchases for you guys. So I'm really hoping to send some videos while we're there. We'll have to see how things go. I've never been to one, so it's going to be interesting. I don't know, you guys. I was kind of doubting the red, but I like it. And now that little heart's got to go back because, boy, I could really lose that tiny little guy, and I don't want to. Okay. Let's see. Look at that. I feel like we should have some yellow in here. How about if we put some random... You know what? We could do this little guy or this one. Let me let you guys pick. I know we're going to go over a little bit because I'm just having so much fun. We've got this guy who's like a little 3-prong leaf. And we've got this guy which is just like a little... They're so hard to see. So this one, that's just got a little... It's kind of like a little poof. And or this one which looks kind of like a little leaf. The one that looks like a little leaf. Okay, let's do that one. Somebody said something. Oh, Kathy Webb. All right, Kathy. You were the first one in. Let's see, where can we put that yellow? Maybe like popping in between those two. That's cute. Let's try that. I gotta move my paper more centered. Okay, let's try that. Oopsies, I didn't put it upside down. Gotta make sure I do that, so the stamp press can pick up the other side. Okay. Pop that. And I'm going to go yellow. Oh, before I do that, I'm going to put back that other stamp because it's tiny. And I don't want to be losing it. And we're going to go yellow. What's the nicest yellow I have? How about Wild Honey? It looks orange. That's the way it's supposed to look. It looks like a bright yellowish orange. We'll try this one. can't even tell it's a leaf or anything. It just kind of fits right in there. Oh yeah, the branches can go outward as well. That's what this one is. That's what Penny's talking about. Branches can go out. They don't have to go around in a circle. So true. Oh, I did that one already. Oh, I like that yellow added in there. That's making all the other colors just pop right out. Look at that. Where are we going? What state are we going to, Penny? We're going to Phoenix. Phoenix. We're going to Phoenix, Arizona. So that time of year, January in Phoenix, Arizona, what kind of weather should we expect there? Do any of you guys live near there, by the way? Because wouldn't that be fun if we could meet some of you guys? That would be so fun. Okay, I stuck that back on the thing. Look how cute that turned out. That's so pretty. Oh my gosh. We should put some glitter on here too. I really think we should glitterize this one. But let's put a sentiment in this one as well. Because we were using just this set to do it. So either, let's see, so very grateful for all you do. How about so very grateful for all you do? Because we are kind of in the season of gratefulness. Being thankful for what we have. I think that would be a very appropriate. So what I'm wondering is, what color should we do that? Do you think black is the way to go? I'm going to make sure it's in that circle. I think black will stand out the best. We'll just stick with that. As we are almost at 6 o'clock. Now, I'm going to do another jump off from this next Friday. And we're going to add something to it. And we're going to create some cards with the ones that we have. So if you're looking forward to this and you like this kind of stuff, mark next Friday for the next free play. So you can see what we add to it and how we put them all together on cards. It's going to be super fun. And hopefully by then I'll have my camera shots back and my camera hooked up again. It's kind of giving me grief today. Oh, that looks pretty good. I don't think I'll have to stamp that again. And I think for next time what I'm going to do, and remind me if I forget, I would really like to do this without, with this, but without using this. Just hand stamp and see what happens. Just for the fun of it. I think that would be really cool. Kind of like, what happens if you don't have blah, blah, blah. That turned out really nice. So very grateful for all you do. So as a wrap up, let me pull in the ones that we actually did today. We'll save these maybe for another time because those are very Christmas. We'll focus on our thankful and grateful. All right. So this one was kind of springish. This one is also so very grateful, even though they're bright colors. We did this one today. Pretty pretty. And then we copied this one. Not really a grateful and, you know, thankful one. Don't forget that we've got sticky on the back. So if you have an embossing buddy, you can just rub that over the top and it'll take that sticky off so that when you put them together, I got to remember to do that, that you're not going to have a pile of them all stuck together and then ruin one that you really liked. This one we didn't do. There. So, this one that we copied on this one, a day filled with happiness. So that's a fun technique right there. And then this one, I totally love this one. So if you get a chance to pop into the store and buy that Tim Holtz one along with the wreath builder, that's my favorite one. It's gorgeous. And I really like this one better where I put the berries deeper into the bushes, the branches. So cute. So cute. Yeah, find your wreath builder, find all the stamps that you haven't been using lately and get those out and use this. This is so much fun. I didn't end up using these. There were so many that I had that I couldn't get to them all. So we are going to do it again next Friday, only I'm going to add a surprise little feature and we're going to make some cards using some of the ones that we've already done. We'll see what comes of all that. Alrighty, so this is a non-sale weekend. So no sale this weekend, but check out the resale group. I've got $5 stamps in there. I've got a lot of different things in there. I've got some really reduced Stampin' Up sets in there. Stamping Up sets in there. That sounded funny. I do hope to see you again next week on Wednesday for 1 in 10 by Jen. And also the next Friday where we continue on with this. And I can't wait to see you guys next video.